Alright guys, ladies, this video will show you how to set up the loom for Kumihimo. What you have to do is, for this very first Kumihimo lesson with me, you will work on a Kumihimo that produces a spiral effect. Now, I know a lot of you have older brothers and sisters or friends who have done Kumihimo before. All I ask is that you follow my instructions the first time, so that in case you have been taught incorrectly, you will do it correctly now. So what I've done is I've just went with two colors that had really strong contrast, and so I chose black and white, and I am sorting these out here. So I've got 4 white strings and I have 4 black strings, and I did that because I knew it would show up the best on the video. So then what you do is you want to line up those 8 strings so that they're pretty, even on one end, and then the other end doesn't really matter because it's the end and you're going to trim it off anyway later when you're finished. So then you would just tie this in a knot, like a balloon knot, when you wrap it around your fingers. I'll just do it again, it's fine. So like a balloon knot would be, you wrap it around 2 fingers kind of loosely, and then you can pull your fingers out of that circle, and then these little guys are going to tuck behind that circle and then come up through the hole. So I'm going to take all 8 at the same time, and I'm going to reach through that circle with my fingers right there, and I'm going to pinch those 8 little strands, and I'm going to pull all 8 at the same time, and that is how, I'm going to give it a really good pull here. That is how you make that knot. It's really important that they're all in there when you start to do the Kumihimo. That way none of your strings pulls out on you and you have to start over again. So I am actually going to cut that off because that's going to be too big to go through my cardboard hole there. So I'm just going to retie a new knot and go from there. So there we go. So you got your knot. These little tail ends right here, you're going to push through the front of your loom into that hole. So I'm just going to stuff some in there, and it doesn't really matter if you get them all in there or not, because some of them are going to be sticking out on the back anyway. So you're just going to pull those through until that knot pops through. Okay, it shouldn't be too hard. And then just pull it back so the knot is like against the back side of the cardboard. Okay. So now that that is finished, you're going to put these strings into certain places on the cardboard. So if the cardboard, if you think about it like a clock, okay, you've got 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, you've got 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock going across the other way, okay? What you want to do is you want one set of your strings that match to go into its own little cut at 12 o'clock. And then my top ones are black, so I'm going to pull my other black strings out, and I'm going to put one string in the 6 o'clock position, and I'm going to get my other one out there, and I'm going to put it right next to it, right there, okay? So 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Now these white strings have to go across 3 and 9, okay? So I'm going to put one string in at 3 o'clock, and then one right next to it in its own little cut. And then this one will go there at 9 o'clock, and then I'm going to put one right next to it, the 9 o'clock position. So watch this as many times as you need to. Get your loom set up. And it doesn't matter that this is crossed. It's really not that big of a deal right now, so don't worry about that. But that is how you set up the loom. Next video, I will show you how to actually move the strings around to create the Kumihimo.